Hi, my name is Jessie Adams. I'm a hairstylist in Costa Mesa, California. I've been doing hair for 10 years now. Come with me to the salon to see how I take my client from a stripy blonde to a beautifully blended balayage using no lightener, just low lights, a root smudge, and a gloss. Here is what my client came to me with. She previously got her highlights done about a week and a half ago. You can see they're not blended at all. A ton of breakage around her hairline. The tone is off. She needs dimension. There's a lot going on here. The goal for this appointment was to blend her out at her root and add dimension. So I'm going in with my low light first. I mixed up 7GB, 6NB, and then I did an ounce of 6WG and a splash of 5G. Whoever did these highlights only did a partial, so I'm only correcting the top half of her hair. She has all that natural depth underneath still. So you can see these foils that are under this center section. I did more of a thick, chunky, textured weave. And then for these foils that are in her crown area, I went in with more of a baby light to make the previous highlights appear to be more like baby lights. When you're low lighting, it's extremely important to be thorough with your saturation because if there are any spots, you are going to see that when you blow your client out dry. Also, really quick note on the back foils, I'm pulling the low light all the way through, and on the foils in the front two sections, I am feathering them into the blonde. So for the back of her hair, I continued up. You can see there on the side, I did about 3 more foils in her crown area. Then I moved on to her sides and I went in horizontally. This way I know exactly where the lowlights are going to fall. Something to keep in mind here, because my client did already have previous lightener around the face, you can see I'm leaving out that front area from my low light so that she keeps her money piece. Once that all processed for about 20 minutes, I went in with her root smudge. You can see I mixed a 6T equal parts 6N. And the idea of this is to really drag down that root area and make it appear more natural. My client wants to only get her color done twice a year, and honestly that is a very realistic goal if your highlights are blended and the dimension is on point. Once that processed for about 10, I mixed up her gloss. We ended up using 10WG equal parts 9G with a splash of 9AA, and we let that sit on for about 7 minutes. You can already see how much richer the blonde looks on her skin tone. What she had before I don't think was toned at all, so there were parts of it that were like orange, there were parts that were like white blue. There was a lot going on, so even just seeing the tone right here makes me so happy. As always, I'm using my 1 1/4 inch Babyliss curling iron. Look at that dimension on the curling rod. Like, that is what we were going for. Sprayed that baby down with some super fine hairspray by Orbe, as well as a dry texture spray, and she was all done. Seeing a client's reaction to a color correction is one of my favorite things in the entire world. If you can nail a color correction, even though they're intimidating, you will gain a client for life. They will trust you endlessly. Here are some shots of the after photos, and again, this was with no lightener at all. We were just utilizing her pre-existing highlights, adding more dimension, making everything more blendy, and glossing her to a tone that would complement her skin tone. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something today, like and subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments below. I will answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gives you extra confidence behind the chair.